Well, welcome everyone to the Mailbox Power Mastermind call, where we come together as affiliates and help each other grow. Because Mike and I really learn from all of you. This is not the Mike and Brenda show. FYI, this is not the corporate show either. We are not speaking for corporate. So we love learning from all of you, and I do see that Paul popped on, and we always start with wins for the week. And if Paul will be kind enough to share his win, we would love to get the party started with Paul.
Sure. Well, I talked to Mike and Brenda the other day about some stuff, and we talked about obviously Mailbox Power. Surprise, surprise. And trying to figure out how to, when I present to a networking group, how to get them to get interested. And so we talked about things we did in the past and how we said things. We talked about how we should do things now. So what Mike suggested was we need to talk more about direct mail and the automation part of it, which, makes sense now that I think about it, but that's why we get together. And so it's really funny. I had this script written on my phone. I couldn't find it, look everywhere except for my phone to do the script. So I just made it up, which is okay. And I just basically told him that if direct mail is not part of their marketing system, they're missing out. And that they need to understand that direct mail requires repeated touches. So if you're listening, it's all the stuff that Mailbox Power does. Repeated touches, the direct mail. And I gave him the story was that for a long, long time, I've been receiving these little postcards in the mail out paint that said, "We need your used clothes." I used to always toss those. Well, one day my wife and I decided to actually, after 2 years, clean out the closet, and I received a postcard that day from them in the mail, perfect timing. So I called him and said, "Yeah, we finally have some clothes for you." It's in people's time frame, is what I was telling them, but you have to be in front of them so that when that time frame comes. And I did pick up 2 people that are interested. One guy that does closets and another gentleman who is in charge of a local office that helps businesses, buyers and sellers find each other. So I heard back from one already. I'm looking to hear back from the other one. So that was really the first 2 people that actually reached out to me because I had changed the message to direct mail versus touchy-feely.
And just to put it in perspective, Paul, how long have you been going to that networking group, and how long have you been giving commercials?
That particular one, about 6 months, but I've been with the networking group for about 7 years in different chapters, and probably have secured just like 6 or 8 people in 7 years.
Yeah. So notice that just tweaking the message, this is the mindset piece that we keep talking about, is when you get the right mindset and you understand the value for businesses and start talking in their language, everything changes and your business starts to grow. So thanks for sharing this morning, Paul, and congratulations. Woohoo!
Thanks.
Looking forward to hearing the success stories of all the signups that you will have.
I appreciate it.
Any other success stories this morning?
Hi, Brenda and Michael and everybody else. Hi, Joe. It's nice to see you.
You too.
I had a Zoom before this, and it was to talk actually about the networking group I'm a part of. But I've been sharing with everyone that, I have a lot of resources that I use that have helped me, and I'd love to share them with you if you would like to know about them. And so when I started talking about how I've been using Mailbox Power to help me with what I do, he said to me, "Oh, you're talking about snail mail, bring it on." So I was very excited to tell him that there was a program that he could use for 3 months and test it. There's a couple of different ones, and he can choose what will fit his needs. So it was nice just to be able to use this as a resource that I'm using with my businesses. And I think people are very responsive.
Awesome. Congratulations, Eileen. Woohoo! Any others?
Yeah.
Well, I have one.
Okay, Linda.
I'm sorry I can't get on camera because unlike Joe, I don't look very good in my undershirt.
Easy.
I'm working with, and this is somebody you guys might be thinking about, is some guys who do sell cremation services. And they have luncheons around, and they invite people. And we talked about doing, we've been doing postcards of people that he sold, asking them to bring somebody to the lunch and do a referral. And he texted me from Cancun on a trip and said he had 11 responses to the postcards. And he's so excited.
Wow.
And he's at a conference and can't wait to tell everybody else in Texas that they should that we should get together and they should be using Mailbox Power.
Nice.
Awesome. Congratulations. Woohoo. Love it.
Yes.
Love it. Gail.
So I am looking to collaborate with people so that I am a one source, like we've been talking about, so that somebody doesn't need what we have, who can I send them to? So I jumped on a Zoom with a digital marketer that I met a couple months ago, and he has now niched down to a particular niche, and that's who he's going after. And as we were talking, I asked him, I says, in all your pieces, how do you put everything together if you don't have it? I said, what do you do about direct mail? Do you incorporate that? He said, well, we do. And we send them to this company. I said, okay. And I said, what if you could have that in place and orchestrate it better? So we had this conversation. At the end, he said, so do I refer them to you or do I become a part of it and make a commission? And so we were at that point. He's looking and making that decision. And of course, I put the pressure on because I said, you got to get in by April 30th to get the best deal, right, for the legacy. And so I got off of there and I got on this site that he's sending people to. They are charging these people out the wazoo. It's ridiculous. $1.49 for a postcard.
Wow.
Oh,
$75 a month to get the $1.49. And then on top of that, they're charging them a design fee. So it's like,
wow.
boy, buddy, you got to start sending your people to us. That's just insane. So that's sort of what I'm doing. I've got another call here with a big organization that actually integrates with Mailbox Power, but they want to see if we can partner because they do everything but the direct mail piece for their customers. So
Nice. Congratulations. Woohoo.
thank
I love
you.
hearing about the partnerships. Anybody else?
I've got something in the works, but I probably won't be able to say anything till next week.
Okay, well, we know you've always got something in the works. You've always got something cooking, Lulu. We love it. Well, you know, that's a great segue, Gail, into talking about the 90-day packages and the affiliate option that is changing May 1st. I happened to have a conversation, it was either through email or text with one of our affiliates the other day, and was making sure they were aware of all of the changes and the specials that were available to current members and past members. And they said yes, and they were super excited that they had a 90-day pro sign up. And I asked if they understood the value of the executive. And this person said for marketing and somebody who's farming only. And I think there's a lot of people with that mindset. And I want to change that mindset for you. I really think, or it's Mike and my opinion, that you should always present the executive first. The executive gives the most tools for the business, including the QR code analytics and tracking. Holy tamale. That alone is worth more than $199. Even if so many people look at it as the volume. You know, Justin had put out a chart of how volume-wise, how many packages, how many gifts had to be sent out at a certain level. we have also put out a document that showed how many like postcards are where the break even is. But sometimes businesses pay for tools. They don't need the volume to pay for the $199. Now, that being said, if somebody's only going to send 10 packages or 10 things out a month, am I going to recommend the executive? We'd have to have a longer discussion with them. How big are the packages? What results are they looking for? Do they need the analytics? But most businesses are sending way more than 10 a month. And if we could get you to stop looking at the volume and where that break even is and just start talking about the executive and the benefits, I truly believe every single one of your paychecks is going to rise.
Can I share something?
Yes,
Sure.
please, Joe. I was
Okay.
going to put you on the spot. But
All right, cool. You can do that anytime because I've done it to you so many times. I am going to start with this. It's really good to see you all. Yeah, it's been a while for sure. And I'm sorry I'm here in my post-workout t-shirt, but I do like my health very, very much. So, but I want to talk about this topic just for a second. There's two components here. Number one, are you getting in front of the right customer to even talk about an executive package? Do you even have a marketing budget, right? If they don't have a marketing budget, why are you even talking to them? Because you're now going to have to train them in the realm of marketing. Like, well, forget that. And you know, if you don't think there's enough customers out there, you would be absolutely 100% incorrect or wrong, kind of a thing. So, but next, when we are talking to somebody and selling, this is sales psychology I want to talk about for a minute. And I learned this 20 years ago. I started a photography company and when things moved from film to digital.
Oh,
And I started with the 725 and worked my way up. And you know, it was kind of funny. I never really got to show the best package I had because they always stopped me before I got there. But when I learned this sales psychology that you actually present the highest package first and go down from there, you'll never get to the bottom. Well, where do you want to be, right? What do you want to do? And how much do you want to accomplish? Here's what I learned. A little bit of language. It was this. Hey, I'm going to start you at my best package possible because it includes everything I have to offer. And every package thereafter, I'm just taking things away. Oh, taking things away. I don't like that, right? I mean, you know, the psychology of a customer that's sitting in front of you, they're going to take things away from me and I haven't even got there yet. And that's the whole psychology around this thing is you present the best package and let them know that the other packages just take things away. And I think that it really took my business and 10x'd it that year because I started at the top. At one change, just one little change, changed my whole business in literally 12 months. So anyway, just some sales psychology to kind of play with.
I love it. Thank you for sharing, Joe. You know, I'm going to put Joe on the spot for a little bit longer because we did see prior to the recording going live that if you haven't been watching the groups, Joe does have a book that was just released and he probably has one close by.
I do.
We haven't gotten ours in the mail yet, Joe.
Oh, you're going to get a signed copy, by the way. So yeah. Yeah, many of you are. Yes.
Mailbox Marketing Maverick, I believe is what the name of it is. So tell us a little bit about the book and how people can grab it, because I believe it's going to be, it's not currently yet, I don't think in Mailbox Power, but I think it's going to be there.
Yeah, there's a couple of things brewing in the background. The book, How to Be a Mailbox Marketing Maverick, and it's the direct mail manifesto. It's about 140, 150 pages. It is really designed for you. I wrote it for you as a tool. That's what I wrote it for. I didn't write it for me. I wrote it for affiliates as a tool. I started this a year and a half ago. Why is it a tool? Because it doesn't mention Mailbox Power in here anywhere. And I can tell you this, if you read this book and you follow all the precepts, there's only one platform that you can actually succeed on by following, and it's Mailbox Power. It's not send out cards. It's not AM cards. It's not any of the other platforms. It is Mailbox Power. Now, Justin has basically decided that he's going to do a free plus shipping for the book. Meaning, yeah, people pay for shipping and the book will get sent to your recipient. as a tool. So this is a tool for us as affiliates to use to help promote your business and the Mailbox Power business. Now, I wouldn't mind, sales on Amazon, and that's where you can find it right now. Mailbox Marketing Maverick. If you search Mailbox Marketing Maverick on Amazon, you'll be able to buy it and get it shipped to you today. I would love, your feedback, and really, I appreciate any book sale that I get. As little dollars as it is, it all, works for me. So anyway, great book. You, you folks that have been around me for 4 years plus, you're going to hear and read some of the same things put into a little bit cleaner language. Yes, because yes, I had somebody helping me write it and clean it up grammatically. Some of you know, I know Marie Benoit's on here, and she has smacked my hand so many times for bad grammar. But anyway, grammar's correct, Marie. Everything's good here. So anyway, I have gotten some great feedback. I know I sent my first version to the Sanchez's to review as well, and I'm not sure if any the rest of you actually got a hold of it. I think Andrea, maybe a couple others, but that's about it. So anyway, I hope you really get value from it, specifically from the customer perspective. A lot of the precepts I taught are in here. I try and keep it really simple. We're talking about Mailbox Power. What do you talk about? I think that is what, part of the conversation was this morning. And, just to kind of have some fun with that for a minute, I'm one of those guys that walks into that room of people, and because I know so much about direct mail and so much about Mailbox Power and the platform, mine really kind of shifts a little bit. My mind goes from who's in the room and what would trip their trigger. You got to be a little bit of a chameleon to present sometimes, because you've got to figure out, well, who's in the room and what do they want to hear about? Is this a group that wants to hear about prospecting? Or is this a group that's having retention issues? Or is this a group that wants to make sure their clients love them? You just don't know. And then once you do kind of know, it makes it so much easier to present and get those short little sound bites that people bite off of. You know what I mean? That's the stuff. And again, like what I heard this morning, you're solving problems, right? You have a tool that solves problems. And that's what you're trying to do, is make sure they understand that I know you got a problem and I've got a tool for it. And I'd love to talk to you about it. Anyway. Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it, Joe. And I think that's the message this morning, is the messaging, the language that you're using to present the product that you have. If you're not using the right messaging, you're not getting the results that you really want. And I think Paul, with his story this morning, actually showed that. You have to get out of certain mindsets that maybe you're in, or messaging that you've heard elsewhere that isn't really productive for what we have. We have the best tool to be able to help businesses. And when you're not talking their language, when you're talking about cards, they're not really looking to go to Hallmark. What they want is they want to bring clients in the door. So you need to talk about the marketing aspect of Mailbox Power. And we've got one of the best marketing platforms in the business, I think, because it can be all automated. The other thing is, when you're talking to businesses, one of the most valuable resources they have is their time. If you can save them time, you're going to be able to help them with their business.
And talking about saving time, I see your hand, Paul. Talking about saving time, it's not out there on the website anymore, but as you all know, or you should all know, Mike and I offer concierge and done for you services. And Andrea is on here, and she is also one of the trainers. That's the only ones I see today that offers those type of services, along with the integrations. And Andrea is superwoman when it comes to integrations. So if you have a client that truly wants to save time and make more money, and they see the power of the system, and one, you don't want to do it, or two, you don't have the time to help them set it up, please send them to us, because we can help continue to get their membership month after month after month. Because if it's set up properly and everything's on autopilot, they don't quit. So it is a benefit to you, if you don't offer those type of things, to reach out to those of us who do and are willing to do it. because then it makes your customers and your affiliates sticky. And that's what we all want in this business. Paul.
Love it.
So that was another thing I mentioned in my closing of my little 30-second, that if you think it's too much time, energy, and effort to put it all together yourself, I said, I have people in the Mailbox Power universe that are more than willing to help. So don't let the fact that you have all these contacts and don't know how to make a card and get it set up, don't let that scare you off. You just need to reach out and we can make sure it happens for you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Love it. Teresa.
That's a great point, Paul. One of the things I wanted to share was how we tailor our message, right? And Joe spoke to this really well about the value and things like that. And I first learned this when I bought my house 16 years ago. I promised my daughter a dog, okay? And she wanted a golden retriever. So we ended up looking at breeders and we went to this breeder's house. Beautiful house, just had a litter of puppies. Oh my God, it was so clean. You don't smell dog. You can eat off the floor. I mean, it's just beautiful. So we're sitting at the dining room table. The woman's name is Beth, and she brings out this beautiful book and about the pedigree of her dogs and how they don't overbreed and, you know, the history of their family. And, you know, and the puppies are over there and I can hear them and they're so cute and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, she talks to all of that, their temperament and their behavior and, you know, how they go about matching them with families. So needless to say, after a hot cup of tea and about half an hour in, and I go, okay, how much are, you know, and she goes, oh, and by the way, they're $1,000 each, 16 years ago. I go, oh, let me go get my checkbook. I didn't even hesitate to put the deposit down because she spoke to what I was looking for, what I needed, what my daughter needed. So it just speaks to how we speak about what we have. So I just wanted to share that. Hopefully it'll help.
Awesome. Thank you, Teresa. My fellow upstate New Yorker. I'm not there anymore, but I remember those days. Awesome ideas and thoughts here. And we've been talking about the customer side. Now let's talk about the affiliate side. We are at T-6 days of the current affiliate program. And if you run into, now if you meet a business owner that's never going to share it or only share it once in a blue moon, then I don't talk about the affiliate option. But if you have somebody who's an influencer, let's say you're meeting a real estate agent, OMG, they have an entire network they have to in order to be successful in their business. So why would you not talk about the affiliate option? And May 1st, it changes to only 20%, but I'm looking out for your interests and I want you to earn 40%. And oh, by the way, I will help you, Mike and I will, you have to decide if you will, but we'll help you to present Mailbox Power to your circle of influence. We'll do a presentation for you. You invite everybody there, you be there, you give your testimony. And really, any of you can do that. You've watched enough presentations that Joe did, that Mike and I have done. You know the system inside out and backwards. And if you're one of those people that's afraid of presenting, I challenge you right now in the next 6 days to get out of that comfort zone and start doing that. Because when you do that, when you get outside your comfort zone, that's where where the money is made. If you stay in your comfort zone, you can have good income, but if you want big income and you want bigger than what you have today, it's going to take getting outside of that comfort zone. And I just challenge all of you to do that. I actually had an affiliate reach out to me, and I'm doing a presentation Thursday for him because he, like Paul, said, I've been talking to a lot of people, but I haven't gotten anybody signed up. And he's been an affiliate now for 4 months or so. And he said, I know I'm doing something wrong. I need help. I said, well, bring everybody to a Zoom presentation and I'll do the presentation and see if we can help you out.
Nice.
Joe,
Unmute,
you're
Joe.
muted.
I was muted. Geez. Sometimes just a quick switch in your mindset. The word get, haven't gotten any signups, I wasn't able to get
Yeah.
anybody, to who am I able to help? How can I help somebody with their marketing?
Mhm.
And that changes the whole dynamic of how you approach, a potential new customer. I do have to go, but I wanted to share something. And I guess it's this for affiliates. You just don't know where the business is, right? You just have no idea until you're out engaging with people, engaging with business. So if you're not doing that, get off your ass and go do it. Okay. All right. That was pretty simple, but I wanted to share this. So I said in the beginning of this, I'm getting hearing aids today. And about 2 weeks ago, I went in for my initial meeting, and this showed up about 4 or 5 days later. And it is, it's a card, with their picture on the front of it, right? Personalized on the inside, not a personal message, but just kind of a, thank you. My name's nowhere on it. But here's what I know. There are 14 offices that are doing this just here in this valley, 14 of them that all need an executive account that could easily click a button and add the information and add somebody to an automation that sends this card out that's personalized to that human. And then, of course, the follow-up, are they following up? Can they get something in that cycle? But anyway, I also wanted to leave you with a question, maybe for your next meeting. I was working on something a while back. It was a formula. And the formula was kind of, well, who is it that really belongs in a Mailbox Power account? And a formula meaning, when we look at a real estate agent, we have a high ticket sales item that has a good margin for them. Like there's a good sizable commission for them. And they need new customers all the time. Okay, well, I look at those three things and go, okay. And then I started looking like, well, what about the hearing aid folks? Yeah, high ticket item, very profitable, and they need new customers all the time. And of course, they need somebody spouting their name that's actually used them before. But something to think about, what would that formula look like? And I got a spreadsheet out and got a little crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in all your brains just for a minute, and we'll come back and water it later. But anyway, seed planted, who's the perfect customer and what's the formula for the perfect customer? Because it might, in the end, if we can figure that out, it might just fix and solve a whole lot of us chasing the wrong folk for an account. Anyway, hey, I really appreciate being here today. I love you all. I miss you all too.
We miss you too, Joe. And
thanks for stopping in.
Thanks.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I'll see if I can stop by next week, and maybe I can work on that formula a little bit and share a little bit more info that I've got. So anyway,
awesome. We would love
Let's
that.
catch up, Joe.
love you guys. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So I think that's a really good place to wrap it up for the week. And we look forward, by the time we get to this time next week, we will be with the new affiliate program, and your current customers will no longer have the opportunity to take advantage of the 90-day specials, whether they are a non-member, and even if they only go to pro, or the 90-day executives. So if you have not already done it, pick up the phone, send an email, send a text message, something to make sure your past clients and current pros know about the special through the end of the month, because not everybody, we have an automated platform. Not everybody logs in and sees that button at the top that says they have an opportunity to take advantage of the executive right now at a discounted rate. So make sure you're sharing that. And we hope to hear tons of success stories next week. And with that, have an awesome week, and we will see you next Monday. Bye, everyone.